Hey guys, Czar here. Good morning to you. Happy Friday. It is August 16th and dog days of summer. Hope all is well with you. Trust you're having a good day. We are about 1 minute away, 2 minutes away from the New York Open here on this Friday. The usual deal, guys. We'll keep this nice and boring. The normal routine, the normal ritual. Creatures of habit. Here we go. NASDAQ, S&P, and Dow. 1 minute charts. VWAP. Volume weighted average price in the middle there with 2.5 standard deviations. These are what I call the three sisters. I'm largely ignoring the Dow in this part of the cycle because it's kind of marching to its own drummer, really following these two, the NASDAQ and the S&P, for things like relative strength, relative weakness, divergence, synchronicity, things of that nature. I will cut out dead error in this video here this morning, guys. Cut out things like non-teaching moments, sideways grinding action to keep this video nice and tight. I may or may not have a trade here this morning. It is Freaky Friday, and we've had a significant move down here today, as you can see, through the European session. See that? 1, 2, and 3. Let's go over to the daily frame, shall we? Again, the three sisters, NASDAQ, S&P, and Dow. These are daily candles, and you can see that we have now rallied against this sell-off of 17% in the NASDAQ right back up to the prior key pivot here, and we are tagging it for now rejecting down. You can see we have a bearish blue body there for now. Same sort of thing here on the S&P, right? S&P 500 stocks, NASDAQ 100 stocks, and then something reasonably similar here on the Dow with that actually fairly clean rally. No pivot here to speak of yet, guys, but also rounding over that bearish body. These are up candles, all three of them, meaning that we did overnight. We broke yesterday's high. Yesterday was a very bullish day, if you remember. And so it's a bullish configured candle, but the body is now bearish for the time being, given that weakness that I showed you over here through Europe, right? There's the European session. This is the Asian session. And as is typical, we see a narrow range, an expanding range, and maybe we're going to get an explosive range here in New York. Who knows? Anything can happen here on a Friday. I'm going to zoom in here a little tighter, guys, and kind of ignore these standard deviation bands for now. You can see that we are now open. We've been open for about 45 seconds on the New York session. We are in the process of forming the 1 minute open range. It's the first 1 minute candle, which will then move out to the right as time progresses here. And it's done. There's the 1 minute open range on all three. Move you over to the power grid very quickly here. There's that daily chart on the NASDAQ. This is all NASDAQ, by the way. Daily 30-minute, 1 minute chart here on the right hand side. And there's that drawdown, that pullback we saw, sell down, I should say, in the Asian session after this big up day yesterday, right? Nice consistent up day on the New York session yesterday. There's Asia, kind of sideways to grinding higher, and now been cascading down by gravity right into the 8:30 news. Not much of a reaction on that at all. So now we're at this key area. We'll see what happens here today. Pushing up now, trying to get above open range on the NASDAQ. See that there? But we are still inside of open range for the moment on all three. I'll put you on pause for now, guys. We'll let this play out for a bit. Let that tug of war happen. Then I'll bring you back, and we'll see if there are any optimal setups here today. I'm not convinced there's going to be, quite frankly, guys. Given the big day that we had yesterday, I really want to watch to see how this thing plays out for a while. And by then, my optimal trading window might be done, and I might be done for the week. It's been a good week, been a disciplined week, and that has paid off. I'll be back. Just going to let this grind. Very lackluster here, guys, on the open. Fairly typical Friday action. All right, guys, we're pushing up here. Well, we have news coming in about 9 minutes. I'm going to wait for the news to play out here. All right, guys, we're back. Just coming towards the news now. We're 2 minutes away from the news. Very sleepy here. No man's land for the Dow. No man's land just above on the S&P, and no man's land sleeping on the NASDAQ. Nothing to do here this morning, but news is coming out in 2 minutes. I'll bring you back for the announcement. It's the Michigan Consumer sentiment preliminary numbers for August. 5 seconds. There it is. No reaction to speak of. All right, guys. News is out, so now I can buy stop order right here. Buy stop order, guys. Stop below this nearby pivot right here. Here we go, guys. If we break it, I'm looking for 1R. If we don't, I'm not in. Very simple. Here we go, guys. And I'm in. Just like that. Long the NASDAQ. Friday price action. Let's see if we can get this thing to the promised land, shall we? Nope. All right, guys, we're back. Pushing up at about 3/4 of the way to target. Moving my stop to break even now. I want to make sure I end this week nice and strong and without a losing trade to go out into the weekend. I think it was last weekend that I took a loss on a Friday, and that was the only trade I took on that Friday. Either the last week or the week before. They all kind of run together at this point, but we'll lock this one in as a no loser. So why did I take this trade? Well, fairly obvious, I think. Bullish daily cascade, higher high and higher low, even though yesterday was a strong up day. Bullish turnaround here on the 30-minute chart, basing with these two double bottom bodies. Rejection wick here in the pre-market, break above two pre-market 30-minute candle highs. Waited for news to play out, took the break above right after news. Here's the news candle, 10 a.m. And then the break above, session high above EMAs, 9 above the 21. Confirmed with the three sisters, 1, 2, and 3. Believe it or not, at the time, even the Dow participated. Nice to see. Now looking to push ahead. We'll see if we can get this thing to the promised land. If not, no big deal. Take a break even and be done with it. Freaky Friday in full force here today, at least for this pre-news piece that you saw here. All right, guys, stopped out at break even here after coming within 1 point of my profit target twice, not just once, but twice. And that's typical Freaky Friday behavior. And so, as some of you have asked me to do, I'm going to let this thing play out. I'm going to see if we come all the way back to the original stop, and it looks like we are, or if we're going to go to the target before hitting the original stop. We'll let this play out and see. But I am out at break even. All right, guys, we're back. I'm just going to end the video here. You can see we're actually bouncing back. We may, in fact, go to the original target before hitting stop, and that's okay. But I am out at break even. I got some things I need to do here today on this Friday. And so I'm just going to end this video now. Out at break even, having come within 1 point of hitting profit targets twice. Freaky Friday. Have an amazing weekend, guys. We'll talk to you soon. I may be back later. Who knows? Take care.